Do you know who was driving that car, that Tesla? You don't have to tell me, but do you know the identity?
Yeah, as far as it going to the final, that what we believe is the final parking spot where it was towed from, yes.
New and alarming information has recently emerged regarding the murder of David's girlfriend, Celeste. A private investigator has disclosed startling revelations, and it is reported that she was murdered within David's residence. However, this is merely the start. What he disclosed next is sure to instill fear. Let us analyze the details. The discovery that shocked the internet. On September 8, 2025, employees at a Hollywood impound lot noticed a strong, foul odor coming from an abandoned Tesla. Unbeknownst to them, they were on the verge of revealing one of the most unsettling celebrity-related enigmas of the year. The car had been in the lot for merely 3 days after being towed from a street close to the Hollywood Hills on September 5th, racking up parking fines that would eventually result in its impoundment.
This all started on September 8th when LAPD officers were called to a tow yard on Mansfield Avenue in Hollywood after workers noticed this foul odor coming from a Tesla that had been sitting there. That car was registered to 20-year-old singer David, real name David Anthony Burke, the Houston-born artist behind the hit Romantic Homicide. That Tesla had been abandoned near the Hollywood Hills rental property, towed away, and was just sitting there. And when officers opened the front trunk, they found something horrific. Human remains wrapped in plastic.
The body exhibited significant decomposition and was encased in plastic wrapping, indicating that death likely occurred several weeks or even months prior to its discovery. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office could not immediately ascertain the cause of death, postponing their conclusion as they awaited comprehensive forensic analyses, including toxicology tests that might require months to finalize due to the advanced level of decomposition. However, there were identifiable features that would soon lead to a breakthrough in this case. The deceased was attired in a black top, black trousers, a gold necklace, and a gold ring. Most notably, and in a haunting manner, there was a tattoo on the right index finger, a simple word that would become pivotal to the entire investigation.
A few days later, it was confirmed that that body belonged to 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a teen runaway who had been missing from Lake Elsinore since April of 2024. Her remains were decomposed, suggesting that she had been in that car for weeks.
The Tesla was registered to a 20-year-old singer who had rapidly gained fame through TikTok and viral hits. A young artist known professionally as David, whose actual name is David Anthony Burke. He was born in Queens, New York, and raised in Houston, Texas. David had established his career by creating Fortnite montage videos on YouTube, ultimately producing his own music to circumvent copyright issues. His breakthrough single, Romantic Homicide, catapulted him into the mainstream spotlight, earning him a contract with Interscope Records and millions of streams across various platforms. The revelation caused investigators to rush and the internet to go into a frenzy. Celeste, born to El Salvadoran immigrant parents, had a troubling history of running away from home, with police records indicating she was reported missing at least 3 times in 2024 alone. However, what truly sparked the wave of speculation was a chilling detail that could not be overlooked. Celeste Rivas had a sh tattoo on her right index finger, and so did David.
Fans have pointed out that both she and David had that same small sh tattoo on their fingers. And if that wasn't eerie enough, David has this unreleased song with Celeste in the title that's been reported.
The ink that matched became the center of numerous social media posts as users linked clues, shared screenshots from Discord conversations, examined old photographs, and proposed that the two individuals had been in communication, possibly even involved in a relationship. A private investigator enters the scene. Given that the LAPD regarded this as an open death investigation instead of a straightforward homicide case, highlighting that no immediate evidence of foul play had been established, the inquiry underwent a significant shift that would uncover vital new details regarding the events that transpired in the weeks and months preceding the discovery.
And to be clear, since then, there's been no suspects that have been named, no persons of interest, no arrests. David has canceled his tour. He's moved out of that mansion. He has transferred properties that he owned in Texas to his mother. The whole thing has been a lot of unanswered questions.
On September 17th, 2025, 9 days following the discovery of the body, LAPD officers carried out a search warrant at the Hollywood Hills mansion, which David had been leasing for around $20,000 monthly. The property is appraised at a value ranging from $3.6 million to $4 million. The operation was thorough and systematic. Officers confiscated a digital video recorder from the surveillance system of the property and performed forensic examinations, particularly searching for blood evidence.
A home that was owned by a man named Malden Trifonich. And officers reportedly collected electronics, computers. They searched the drains for traces of blood or tissue. At least that's the reporting from TMZ. Can't officially confirm that. But this homeowner had said that after he'd heard almost nothing from the LAPD about what they found, he was frustrated.
The property owner, Maldon Trifonich, found himself in a highly frustrating situation. Following the police raid, he asserts that he received nearly no communication from the LAPD regarding what they discovered, what they confiscated.
And that is when he made his move and hired his own PI. He told TMZ and the Daily Mail that his family wanted answers about what might have happened in or around this home.
The surveillance footage reveals the Tesla operating in proximity to a camera, with the driver discernible despite some motion blur. Although Fisher has recognized the driver internally, he has intentionally refrained from disclosing the name publicly owing to the delicate nature of the ongoing LAPD investigation.
Do you know who was driving that car, that Tesla? You don't have to tell me, but do you know the identity?
Yeah, as far as it going to the final, that what we believe is the final parking spot where it was towed from, yes.
And that information's been communicated to law enforcement.
The dark truth begins to emerge. As Fisher's inquiry progressed, he started to assemble a timeline that proved to be significantly more unsettling than anyone had originally anticipated. He found that the Tesla had been left parked and deserted in late July, shortly before David commenced his now-aborted Withered World Tour, which was set to start on August 5th, 2025.
But I will say, when it was moved to that position, it was already like that. So that car had not been used in a very long time. It was super dirty, caked on dirt. I'll tell you, this was in late July.
The automobile had gathered a layer of hardened dirt, suggesting it had not been used for an extended period, remaining idle for weeks until the accumulation of parking tickets resulted in its eventual towing. However, Fisher's most astonishing disclosure occurred when he presented his hypothesis regarding the time and location of Celeste's actual death.
Stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, the very beginning of the year, that car, something happens, and that car's doesn't show up anymore. It's not used. It seems to disappear. And then that red Tesla learned, which we didn't know until the search warrant was served, that there's a red Tesla in the garage.
According to the physical evidence he gathered, Fisher is of the opinion that Celeste's death took place significantly earlier than its discovery in July, potentially as early as January or February 2025. He posits that the incident occurred at a different rental property previously occupied by David, situated approximately 1 mile down the same street in the Hollywood Hills.
Listen, investigations are always moving, and right now I tend to believe it happened a while ago, a long time ago. And I think January, February, things change. I mean, you can see it in the photos and everything.
Fisher's inquiry prompted him to characterize his findings as frightening and sadistic, indicating that there could have been intricate yet ultimately unsuccessful schemes to permanently dispose of Celeste's body. Fisher has speculated that Celeste's demise could have resulted from a tragic drug overdose that was subsequently hidden to prevent scandal. Notably, Fisher emphasizes that he lacks direct evidence of any wrongdoing or David's direct participation in the death, concentrating instead on the aspect of concealment.
Listen, a crime 100% happened here. At minimum, it's the concealment of a body, right? So we know somebody did that. Hopefully it's not, a mutilation. Hopefully those initial reports were wrong about her being dismembered.
The repercussions have been devastating for David's career. His entire world tour was canceled shortly after the discovery of the body. All promotional activities for his albums were suspended, and profitable brand collaborations with companies such as Hollister and Crocs were terminated. David has engaged the services of prominent defense attorney Blair Burke and has reportedly been cooperating with investigators, although he has remained entirely silent in public. On September 18th and September 22nd, 2025, David transferred ownership of 2 properties in the Houston area to his mother, actions that coincided with both the LAPD's raid and a swatting incident at one of the Texas residences. As of October 19th, 2025, the case is still officially open. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office has postponed determining the cause of death, still awaiting toxicology results. No suspects have been identified, no arrests have been made, and the shadow of suspicion continues to loom heavily over this tragic case. Thank you for watching. If you appreciated this video, please click on one of the boxes displayed on your screen to view more similar content.